What's up, everyone? I am here in the beautiful little town of Bend, Oregon, and today I am on a mission to go to the last Blockbuster open in the world. That's right, there is still one left, and it's right here in Central Oregon, so come along with me. Okay guys, we are officially here at the last Blockbuster in the world. Blockbuster really holds a special place for me because some of my favorite memories from my childhood were walking down to the Blockbuster that was half a mile from our house every Friday afternoon with my dad. And we'd meet up with some of my friends from school there, and we'd all talk about which movies we were renting for the weekend. And it wasn't just about being a place to get a movie for the weekend. It kind of became an experience and a real community in and of itself. And I think there are so many lessons from the rise and fall of Blockbuster that we can take for ourselves as small business owners. So I'll talk to you about some of those lessons here in just a minute. But first, let's go in and check it out. Walking into this Blockbuster just really felt like I was back in 2002. It was so nostalgic. You can see that I did try to push the pull door there, so some things never change. But this place even smelled like how I remembered from when I was a kid. I spent probably 30 minutes in here just looking through all the movies. I even talked to a couple of the families that were in there, and everybody in there was doing exactly what I was doing, reliving their childhood. But as an adult and as a small business owner, I'm just very fascinated by the rise and the fall of Blockbuster. They actually opened their first Blockbuster in Texas back in 1985, and by 2004, they had over 9,000 stores worldwide with over 65 million registered customers. So, just to think about the scale of that, I own a pet sitting and dog walking business with currently 30 employees, and we actively, routinely service about 300 families. So to think about the fact that Blockbuster had 9,000 stores with 65 million customers in 2004, and then they were bankrupt just 6 years later, really shows you how quickly things can change. It wasn't just one decision. They had a multitude of decisions. They took on a lot of debt. They didn't necessarily have the right leadership in place. But the main lesson that we should all take from what happened to Blockbuster is the fact that change is inevitable, and we must embrace it. Otherwise, we will be left in the dust. That's exactly what happened to Blockbuster because they waited too late to make the change to online video delivery. Blockbuster actually had the chance to buy Netflix back in 2000, and then they didn't launch their online rental service until 2004. And those 4 years are all Netflix needed to take enough of the market cap to make sure that Blockbuster could never surpass them. And then they ended up having to file for bankruptcy in 2010. And then this one here in Bend, Oregon has been the only one since 2019. Change can be scary, but just think of where Blockbuster could be today if they had adapted and embraced technology. There's a lot of talk now about AI and how we can utilize it in our businesses, but Blockbuster is a really good example of how and why we have to be embracing these new technologies now before it's too late. This Blockbuster was exactly how I remember it from my childhood. Just so nostalgic, so cool. I'm so grateful to be in Bend pet sitting and house sitting and get an opportunity to see cool stuff like this. I actually got a Blockbuster membership while I was in there, so how cool is that? I'll have to come all the way back to Bend to use it, I guess. But I appreciate you guys coming along on a little bit different type of video this week. With that, I am Doug the Dog Guy, reminding you to stay positive.